So how I got the dialog box working is, okay, so we've got a canvas object here, very similar to what I was doing previously with the inventory screen, and also to do with the sign that I had in the previous project, which I have been able to get work in this project. So it is kind of hooked up to a button combination, like a button, so you have to press a button for it to work. It's got a context clue. I haven't included in this one because this is literally just so I can learn how to do a dialogue system. So inside that we've got the dialogue box here. This is dialogue box. This is actually an image, which is it doesn't have a sprite associated with it, but it has got a color, and the color is black, but the opacity is set at about 120, so it's kind of clear. I could put anything there. I could do that whole 9-cut thing, so I could create like a smaller image, like a word bubble or something like that with curved edges, and then I could do like a 9-cut thing like I did ages ago, so that it kind of stretches it out, but it retains the pixel shape of the shape of it at the corners, so that you don't get this weird kind of warping. I could do that, but to be honest, I think this looks a little bit cleaner. When I for the dialogue box, I'm making this cyberpunk game, so I'm probably going to create like I'm going to try and do my own UI, as in like all the graphics for the UI. I want to, that's going to be like health, how many bullets you've got. If I do try and get a stamina system in, which I kind of want to do, I will include that as well. Basically, the UI is going to be not too dissimilar from Dark Souls. You will have health. There's not going to be mana, but I want to include like kind of a bullet thing. Or what I had an idea for was, because it's cyberpunky, maybe you pick up batteries, and once you run out of the power for your gun, then you can't fire it. So I think that'd be quite kind of interesting, because then you still got that kind of blue for mana or FP, which is not when there isn't any magic in this game. And then I've got like health, which is going to be red, and green for stamina. But I still need to figure out how to make stamina. I can do the health and I can do the bullets. That's fine. Oh, just not that. So yeah, so okay. These are blacked out, or like I've actually turned them off, because in script, if I go to script here, it does actually turn the UI on. So so this is a response handler. Let's go to dialogue UI. So we've got these serialized fields that I did last time. Now I've added like these little private variables, response handler, which refers to a separate script, and typewriter effect, which is what I did last time. All that does is just basically all this text here is just to govern how quick the writing appears. I know that's nonsense, isn't it? Like, how much work for that? Okay, so I've got the response handler here, which is gets called in the dialogue UI script. Again, yeah, I know I'm using the American version for dialogue. And so all of this here, this is basically just this is basically the crux of the response handler of the UI. So this governs the actual game object of the buttons that you use. We needed to have three serialized fields here. One for the response box, one for the response button, and one for the response container. So oh, I've got a text there. Don't care about that. It's not someone I actually know. Okay, so where was I? So here we go. We've got all this shit here. And response. Got the response one here. This is the shortest thing. Okay, so once we got on there, so the canvas. If I just go to canvas, now if I zoom in here, this, let me go all the way, and I did this before. I really need to get fucking. Well, I've got a mouse. You see that little white box there? That's the world. If I keep zooming. And there we go. That's where the little character is. So this is the. Oh, come on, look. Yeah, come on, zoom out. There must be an easier way to zoom out. Okay, there you go. Canvas. Yeah. So we've got the dialog box. We've got the Text Mesh Pro, which it is better than just using the normal text thing, because basically what this does, it does all these like inbuilt formatting and makes sure that all the text looks right and is aligned correctly, and it isn't like warped or pixelated or looks like a mess. Got the don't worry about the response pivot. That's literally just where the like responses or the option template, which is this bit here, which I've turned off, because in the actual script it turns it on. So where we go to, I think it's dialog UI. Yeah, show dialog. Yeah, set active dialog box. So it just kind of like sets active. It turns it on basically in code. But you want to have these turned off so that they don't show up all the time. They're only showed up when they need to be showed up. And these are the boxes here. That's the background of the button, those responses. And here we've got these game objects, these dialog objects that I've created earlier. We've got these separate elements where we've got like the first bit that comes up on the screen and the next bit, and then we've got these two separate responses, a negative and a positive and a negative, or a yes or no. So here I can put in like the responses. I mean, obviously I'm sure that when I used Ink, which is a separate package that I can install into Unity, it's going to make things I'm going to be able to write whole big loads of dialogue in it. I think it formats it for me, but yeah, I can already see now how this is going to be like a spaghetti junction of just various different fucking dialogue objects that you're going to have to refer to, and all the responses and stuff like that. So it's going to be quite tricky to do the entire dialogue system that I want, but it should be good. So yeah, I don't know, because I mean at the moment these are just literally like the yes and a no. This just refers to this one thing, but does that mean I'm going to have loads of different yeses and nos and whatever? I don't know. So I'm just going to come to that when I get there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. Got the dialogue system working. Might change it so that this is on the side down here, going down here. Instead of it being horizontal, I want it to be vertical. A bit like Disco Elysium, I think. And yeah,